Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, now they come straight out in the open and say it. Every NATO member has military personnel in Ukraine. Do you think they didn't have before? You think that happened yesterday? So why didn't they say that before? Well, because you remember the mountain slope uh, model. You start slowly and you go deeper. So let me show you this article from Russia Today, where you have the Estonian weasel telling us something that most of us, I think, already knew. So here is the article. Russia Today, April 1st, 2024. Every NATO member has military personnel in Ukraine, Estonia. Now, they're just over there just to inspect weapons, make sure that no abuse occurs, and just to train. That's all. Not actively working, operating tanks or HIMARS or Patriot. No, trust me. Never. Western advisors and instructors are actively supporting Kiev's forces against Russia, the defense minister has said. Now, you remember mountain slope model? Now it's just advisors and instructors. Next is going to be, well, there are some people who operate in the war zone, but they're just, looking around and make sure the wind doesn't blow too strongly, and so on. Every NATO member already has military personnel in Ukraine. Estonia Defense Minister Hanno Pavkur, kur in Romania means ass, claimed on Monday, Pevkur. Under no circumstances, however, will forces from the US-led bloc take part in hostilities against Russia. Well, they said they have nobody before. Right now they have it. They just showed up. They will. Next one is going to be, they sometimes, help pick up wounded from the war zone, from the active line of contact. You'll see. You will see. The minister insisted in an interview with Austrian media outlet Die Presse. NATO servicemen are operating in the embattled country as advisors and are involved in training Ukrainian soldiers. In Poland, the UK and Estonia, Pevkur told the outlet. Western defense officials are currently planning to set up training camps in Ukraine in a bid to avoid issues with border crossings and to speed up the preparation process, he added. At the same time, Pevkur insisted there is no talk of NATO soldiers fighting directly in the conflict, stating that, and I'm quoting, this has already been ruled out. Yeah, wasn't sending F-16s ruled out before? Oh, yeah. Wasn't tanks sent to Ukraine ruled out? Yes. Wasn't Patriot? Yes. Howitzers? Yes. HIMARS? Yes. Long, whatever, missiles, long-range missiles? Yes. Everything was first ruled out because they follow the same model. You have a former something who has no authority, and a former general, former someone is going to say, well, I think we should do this, should be no red lines. And everybody's going to be like, oh man, the ball is in the air. And they got to slam it and push it higher and higher so everybody gets used to the sun right there in the sky. That's what they do. And then eventually they say, well, we made a decision to help them. Well, we knew this. You needed that for the baboons who are a little bit slower. And you have to repeat every 3 minutes because their attention span is just last 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, that's what they do. They vote too. Okay, let's move on. The reality is that every NATO member country already has military personnel in Ukraine, such as military attachés or people who travel to Ukraine from time to time. What French President Emmanuel Macron said mainly related to personnel training. No, no, because they said they want to put them at the northern border the one with Belarus, so they can allow Ukrainian troops to go and fight the Russians. I wonder what those French troops will do at the border with Belarus. Let's say if the Russians cross the border into Ukraine. Will they just say, oh, this way, Kiev is right there? Or they will say, oh, arrête, oh, stop right there. We're gonna... No? Yeah, right. Macron openly raised the possibility of putting NATO troops on the ground in Ukraine in February, saying that we cannot exclude anything. Nuclear weapons are part of anything. And that the West, and I'm quoting, will do everything necessary to prevent Russia from winning this war. Nuclear weapons are involved in everything. I remember when I was in, I think it was second grade, the teacher explained with some diagrams. He had some colored wired circles, and he was showing us this is all elements, this is all elements, what is in this one, everything that is in this one is nothing in this one, everything is this one is nothing in this one, but if you do like this, some of the parts from this one will be in this one, the intersection over there, but not the rest. But if you like this, you that. So that's all some is second grade. All, when you say, you always say that, honey. I always do that. Oh, you never tell me I love you. Never? I mean, this should have been, I don't know, past. That, I don't know, the door should have been open, the ceiling should have been broken in the second fucking grade. That's about 8 years of age where I come from. But, yeah, just listen to this guy. So again, exclude anything and will do everything. That means nuclear weapons are part of everything, remember? Everything they have are nuclear weapons as well. Women and others too, but okay? They will use everything. Second grade, remember, second grade. The remarks, which Macron later described as having been weighted, though through and measured, well, you have to know what the fuck. I mean, listen, when I have these videos, okay, and I make my assessments, I give you sometimes my opinions. I think this is the solution for that. I have to be very careful not to say certain things that I really know they are true, but YouTube will sanction me. So I don't edit my videos. What you see is one take. I don't have two takes. I don't have three takes. Maybe one in, let's say one in, I don't know, 2,000 videos. I have a second take, and that usually happens when I make a 3. That's my number 3. My number in this situation. Mistakes. Or I 3 times, or something like that, or I scratch my balls on camera 3 times, it gotta go. Why? Because after 3 times, most people see it. Oh, 3 mistakes, who the fuck is this guy? All right? So I have to pay attention to what I'm saying. And I'm just a guy here. Macron over there, a lot of things depend on that guy. So when he has an interview he's conducting, he says something, he has to weigh those things. So between your brain and your beep, 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 should be a few walls, a few swamps, oceans that would prevent, that should be very fast between what you think, what you say. All those things have to beep, boom, bam, boom, boom, ho, ho, stop, 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 before you bang. Even if it's true, I don't say certain things because of YouTube. I say it on Rumble. I say it over there. So don't give me this garbage weighed through and measured. Of course, because what you say is measured and matters more than what I say. Why? Because you have more authority than I do. You're elected official after all. Through the French democracy. Yeah. Prompts a wave of denials from a vast majority of NATO states and the bloc's leadership. Russian President Putin has said any NATO troops deployments in Ukraine would not change the situation on the battlefield, given that the Western soldiers are already active in the country as military advisors and mercenaries. Western soldiers, that's the word, soldiers, are active as mercenaries. He nonetheless warned that the ramifications of such a move would be tragic. it's going to come more and more. These guys are not doing that for the Russians. The Russians already know that. They're doing it for us, for the baboons. Because the baboons, you can't be too stressful to baboon. You know, baboons are very, very easily startled. I don't like. You have to take it easy with the baboons. So that's why you start slowly, slowly, slowly. I don't want to give you a pop the cherry example here, but the same thing. Slowly, you got to take it slowly. So yes, they are over there. Yes, they're saying it at every. I don't think at every NATO member already has military personnel. Really, Albania has. Is Albania part of NATO? If I remember, I don't know, but thank you very much for being with me again today, my friends. What's that? Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.